welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. I can't believe we are at the end of September already. I literally say that every single month, but honestly this year has just gone by like crazy. Although looking out there right now and seeing the current weather, because it's such a miserable rainy grey kind of day, definitely feels like it's September. That's one thing looking out there, that's for sure. But as it is the end of the month, that does mean that it's time for another favourites video, so I thought that's what I would share with you today and share with you some of my products and new foodie items and things like that that I have been loving this month. So let's get straight into the video and I hope you enjoy. So my first thing that I'm going to mention is actually YouTube related in itself, and that is sort of like healthy routine videos and also healthy habit videos, particularly towards the start of this month. I felt like as soon as September hit, I was like, there's only 3 months left of the year, it's getting to the end of the year, and you get that last kind of end of year motivation. It's when term starts up again, you go to work again, you go back to school, you go to uni, and it kind of hits you. It feels like a new year in a way when you're starting the new academic year, and I feel like that's when I get a sudden burst of motivation again. So watching sort of healthy routine and healthy habit videos on YouTube is just something I've been loving doing, as I've had that motivation to really want to make the end of the year as best as possible, and I found those videos really interesting at the moment, so I thought I would just share that with you as they are great for motivation at this time of year. And then also one channel in particular relating to that I've been loving, and I've only recently discovered this channel, and that is Sarah's Day. She is an Australian YouTuber and she's great for fitness motivation, healthy lifestyle motivation. She has some great recipes and snack ideas, all different things like that, and she also does a lot of day in her life videos as well as workout routines, which are great for if you're wanting to get a bit of a variety or find some new workouts. Then her channel is also great for that, and she's like a really energetic, motivational kind of person. So if you want that kind of end of year last bit of motivation, definitely check out her channel. I will link it down below. Then that also links me into a podcast that I've been liking related to Sarah's Day. She also has her podcast which she does with her boyfriend, and that is called The Health Code. Again, much like her YouTube channel, she covers a lot of things across health and fitness and lifestyle, as well as some more general life questions. I think they've even done a few sort of business podcasts as well on there, so there's a great variety of just general life motivational podcasts on there. So I'll leave a link to that podcast playlist down below. I think you can literally find it though on any kind of podcast platform, to be honest, but definitely great for some motivation. Relating to sort of healthy lifestyle, I thought I would just mention this app, which I did actually mention in my healthy morning routine. If you've watched that video, then you will have seen it in that. If not, be sure to head over, check out that video. As I've been saying, I've been loving watching healthy routine videos, so I thought I would create one myself as well, so I did that a few weeks ago. But in that video I did mention the Headspace app, which is actually an app for meditation. It's a mindful app. I've never really got into meditation or anything like that. I've always thought it's quite like artsy fartsy and a bit kind of, you know, there's like that association with meditation, and it's just something that I've never really done or never really thought that I would do. But honestly, it's so relaxing. You can just do like 10-minute sessions on there, and it really just helps to clear your mind, get your day off to a good start. I generally quite like doing it first thing in the morning as well, or you could do it at night or even in the middle of the day if that works for you. But I find either first thing or just as you're about to go to bed is great, and it's really relaxing and just helps to set the tone for the rest of your day, and really does help with stress levels and stuff. So if you're ever feeling particularly stressed, like I said, it's only like 10 minutes or so out of your day. Everyone's got a spare 10 minutes, and it honestly does have a massive impact on the rest of your day, so it's so worth doing. My next favourite is actually a book, and I think I included a book in my last favourites video, but like I always say, I'm not a big reader. I never have been. I don't read that often, but I keep finding sort of chilled, easy to read kind of books at the moment. It's an author I'd never read anything by before, but as I mentioned in my last favourites, I really enjoyed Louise Pentland's book, Wild About the Girl, and so I just went onto the Amazon page and went to see what other recommendations came up through that book, and one of them was a book called My Not So Perfect Life by an author called Sofie, and I honestly loved that book so much. When it ended, I didn't want it to, because you just relate so much to the characters. It's really funny, such a great easy read, and you get so involved with the characters and stuff as well. It's just great. And I've actually recently bought another one of her books, but this one's called The Undomestic Goddess, which I've only just started. I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters into that one, but so far I'm enjoying that one too. So as an author as a whole, even though I'm only on the second book that I've read by her, she does definitely seem like my style, and a lovely, easy to read, funny kind of book, which is great. I do quite like having something lighthearted like that, and I've been getting back into reading more recently. Well, I never was into reading, but I've been enjoying it a bit more. Again, it's something great to do at night, or just if you want something chill to do at the weekend as well, and it is something that is really relaxing I've found recently too, so I can definitely recommend that book if you're looking for a nice easy read. Moving on to a bath product now actually. I've recently tried the Imperial Leather Foam Burst in the scent, I was about to say in the shade, it's not makeup, in the scent, it's the unicorn marshmallow one, which is like the limited edition one. I just got drawn to it because it was a unicorn one. I've never tried any of the Imperial Leather Foam Burst ones, but I've tried foaming shower gels before. In particular the Rituals ones I've tried, and I've loved those because honestly the foamy shower gels and like body washes are so nice. They're like so soapy and so moisturising and stuff as well generally, and I just love them, and you barely need to use any product either, which is so great. And then I just saw that there was a unicorn one, so I had to give that a go, and it honestly looks and smells like marshmallow. You just take a teeny bit of product and then it like foams right up in your hand, and it looks like a pink marshmallow and smells like it. If you're not wanting to smell like a marshmallow though, then they have loads of other scents too, so I'm sure the whole range of Imperial Leather Foam Burst is amazing, but in particular that's a scent I can definitely recommend and worth getting while you still can, as it's a limited edition, so I don't know how long it will be around for. Now I'm going to sort of move on to my foodie kind of favourites for this month, but I'm actually going to start with a drink, and this is a drink that's been hyped up for quite a while now. I'm quite late to jump onto this one, but that is actually matcha lattes. I hadn't tried one until really recently, but honestly now I've had one, I've just got a serious like urge to have them all the time, especially now the weather's going colder. You want like a nice warm and milky kind of drink. I've always loved green tea. I usually have green tea every morning and every night, but I've just never tried matcha before. Something that I've always wanted to have. I'm so happy that I finally got around to doing it because honestly it's so tasty. If you're not a coffee drinker but you like milky warm kind of drinks like hot chocolate and stuff. It doesn't taste anything like a hot chocolate, but in terms of like the consistency and similar feel to a drink, I guess you could say, then I can highly recommend matcha lattes. And they also give you a lot more energy than just standard green tea itself, as well as being a lot higher in antioxidants. It's also really good for you too. Now moving on to the actual food items themselves. The first one is another vegan cookie that I've tried by a brand called Cookie Cat, and I've tried the cacao and walnut flavour and then also the lemon and chia flavour, and they are like sort of standard cookie size, like quite large cookies, and they are super tasty. They're generally made with, I think cashew nuts is the main base of them, probably oats as well, but they're gluten free, which is great because I can't have gluten, so it's great that I can have a great tasting cookie like that. I think the cacao and walnut one was my favourite out of the two, but then I think it's the lemon and chia. Lemon's just more summer taste to me in a way. I don't know, let me know if you think the same. But both of them were super tasty, so if you're looking for a vegan or all natural cookie or gluten-free cookie, Cookie Cat is definitely a brand to check out. My next foodie favourite is actually a chocolate bar, and it is by a brand called Hu, spelled H-U, and I think it's supposed to stand for human as far as I'm aware, because it's all made with completely natural raw ingredients, and it's vegan, it's paleo and gluten-free as well, and it's dairy-free obviously as it's vegan, and I particularly love the almond butter and quinoa flavour. If you know me, then you know that I'm obsessed with almond butters, so of course I naturally am obsessed with that one. Sadly you can't buy it here in the UK, you can only get it in America, and I picked it up while I was in LA earlier in the summer, but I've only got around to trying it recently, and it is so good. It's like little dark chocolate squares, and in the middle is like a creamy almond butter filling with the little crunchy bits from the quinoa, which really adds to it as well. I love things with like different textures going on. I'm so sad I can't get any more of it, but if you ever happen to visit the States or you're from the States and haven't tried it out yet, then I can definitely recommend that as a new brand of chocolate you should try for sure, especially if you're wanting one that's dairy-free or vegan. You need to try that brand. My next foodie fave is actually a protein bar, and it's by a brand called Body Meat Organic, and the one I love by them is the cacao orange flavour. I think it was a mainly date-based bar, but it did taste quite different to other date-based bars that I've had before, and again chocolate orange is one of those flavours I am obsessed with. So of course the flavour that I had to try was the cacao orange one, and honestly I could tell you that it did not disappoint. It honestly tasted so good. So if you want to try a new protein bar that's all vegan, natural, gluten-free, dairy-free, and you're obsessed with chocolate orange, then that's definitely one to look out for. My final favourite for this month leading on from that is actually the Pip and Nut limited edition chocolate orange almond butter. Like I said before, I'm obsessed with almond butter, I'm obsessed with chocolate orange almond butter. is like my dream come true. Honestly, I've been wanting to try this for so long and I finally managed to get my hands on some, and it tastes just like a Terry's chocolate orange. Honestly, it tastes so good. I've literally been having it pretty much every day since I got it, which probably isn't great, but I'm getting through it quickly, and sadly it's not a cheaper item, but it honestly just tastes so good that I'm just obsessed and can't help having it all the time. Honestly, it's so good. So again, if you love chocolate orange, particularly Terry's chocolate orange, which I mean is like the queen or king of all chocolate orange tasting things really, isn't it? Sadly I can't have it anymore because I can't have dairy, but if you want a good substitute for that, pip and nut chocolate orange almond butter, get your hands on some now. Although I'm saying that, but I don't want it to sell out because I definitely want to get some more, and while it's still around, because it is a limited edition, I don't know how long their limited editions last for, but I really hope they make it a permanent part of their collection because I think everyone's been loving it so much. So pip and nut, if you ever happen to see this, which I doubt you will, but please make it part of your core collection because I don't ever want to see it disappearing from the shelves. So those are all of my favourites for this month. I hope you enjoyed this video. As usual, I'll link all the products and things that I've mentioned down below in the description bar, so if you're interested in checking any of them out, that is where you need to head over and look for those. If you did enjoy this video, then be sure to smash a big thumbs up on it so I know you did, and also don't forget to click on the little red subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel, as well as tapping on that notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I upload, and I'll be sure to see you very soon with a brand new video. Bye!